welcome to Film Juice, the one and only movie news related show in Mohawk College. My name is Julie Hoffman, and joining me today is my co-host Mickey Kokanovic.
Hey there, Julie, and everyone who's into movie news, movie talk, Oscar talk, whatever the case may be, this is the place to get your film juice on. Now let's get started.
So to kick off things this week, we talk about the most important event in film industry ever, the Golden Globes. Just kidding, it's the Oscars. Don't worry everyone, I know my award shows and whatnot. Just 2 weeks ago, we found out the winners of the prestigious Academy Awards, and for those of you that somehow missed it, we will get you caught up on everything you need to know.
This year, the Oscars were like any other. Cheap jokes, long night, lots of awards, but tons of fun nonetheless. Ellen hosted this year and really let loose with selfies that crashed Twitter, the pizza delivery guy, and Ellen handing out slices. Man, it really killed me when Harrison Ford got up and asked for one. Anyways, the Oscars has 24 awards that they hand out every year, so we're not going to go through all of them. But we will talk about the most prized awards they hand out.
Which include Best Picture, Actor, Actress, Director, etc. This year's winner for Best Picture was 12 Years a Slave. This film was, as far as I know, the major frontrunner going in, but films like Gravity, Dallas Buyers Club, were there trying to edge their way into, but Steve McQueen's historical drama prevailed. And honestly, the Academy loves their historical pieces, so to me, it wasn't that much of a surprise. What do you think, Mickey?
Yeah, Argo won last year, and the year before that was The Artist, which was a black and white silent feature. So yeah, definitely do love their historical pieces, if I do say so myself. This film was really emotional and at times brutal to watch. But by giving people the full picture, it helps them understand why slavery was such a treacherous act. To add, just a few days ago, I saw that there was a falling out between director Steve McQueen and the writer John Ridley over Steve McQueen not getting the co-writer credit he wanted. That all seemed childish to me, so I somewhat was upset when hearing about this. The next big awards are the Best Actor and Actress in a Leading Role. Matthew McConaughey took it for his role in the Dallas Buyers Club, and Cate Blanchett picked up her second Best Actress at the Oscars for a role in Blue Jasmine. Kate's win was no surprise, but the Best Actress category this year was extremely packed with Leonardo DiCaprio, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and Christian Bale.
Well, it's not like there were some good contenders in this Best Actress category. There was Judi Dench, Amy Adams, and Meryl Streep, any of whom can literally win any year, so it was also a little up in the air for that award as well. Another big part of the awards was Supporting Actor and Actress category, which featured a wide array of well-known celebs, but when it came time to business, Jared Leto demonstrated he is moving up toward the upper echelon of acting community because of his role in Dallas Buyers Club. And when it comes to the Supporting Actress category, it was pretty difficult to choose the winner, but Lupita Nyong'o's performance in 12 Years a Slave was a well-deserved and inspired choice to win the award.
Yeah, she definitely deserved it over Jennifer Lawrence because overall, American Hustle was a little overrated. And that was proved by it not receiving any awards. But that isn't the big headline when you look through who won at this year's Oscars, because it was Gravity. And though this film didn't 100% sweep the Oscars, it took home 7 awards, all of which were behind the camera jobs. It won Best Cinematography, Film Editing, Original Score, Sound Mixing, and Visual Effects. Oh, and don't forget, Best Director goes to Alfonso Cuarón, with whom this film wouldn't have been possible, because I read somewhere he had been planning this film and trying to get it made for the last 10 years, which isn't uncommon among directors. But this film definitely looks like it took a lot of dedication to make. And really, there is only a few other awards worth mentioning, such as Frozen that won Best Animated Picture.
Which leaves the Best Original and Adapted Screenplays, which were taken by 12 Years a Slave, for Best Adapted Screenplay and the very interesting Her, that I never got around to see, but really wish I did because it looks really different from anything I've ever seen before. It was written and directed by Spike Jonze and won Best Original Screenplay. Well, that's it for this year's Oscars, and I hope next year's will be at least half as good. Now let's talk about another story following around the internet for the last, about a year. The so-called Batman vs. Superman film. We've had different casting choices, to say the least, delays in production, and a flow of non-stop rumors. So what exactly do you think about this, Mickey?
Well, Superman and Batman are some of my favorite comic book characters, so I'm always going to give them the benefit of the doubt with every choice made so far. In all reality, yes, I'm a little worried about the script problems and delays, but there are some choices I actually really like about the new DC Cinematic Universe being created. First off, Ben Affleck as Batman is a weird choice, but when you first look at it and when you start to think about it more and more, it makes a lot of sense. He looks good for the part. He's 6'4", probably the most physically imposing Batman yet, and I've heard that he likes comic books, which is a plus. So all in all, he's a good choice for the role. But remember how much pressure will be on him because he's risen from Giggly and Daredevil times, all the way from starring in the directing in 2013 Best Picture Argo. As of right now, he's one of the most talented filmmakers in Hollywood, so if he messes up Batman, you can almost be sure this could be the nail in the coffin for his acting career. Another controversial casting was Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, which I'm fine with because I always like seeing new faces when talking about the most iconic heroine, Wonder Woman. You think they might hire someone we've at least seen in a few movies, but she's only been in the background in the Fast and Furious movies, so there's really no way of knowing what she can do. But hey, she's a model and a former member of the Israeli army, so buckle up, kids. Also, this new Wonder Woman suit is supposedly armored and will have a gladiator look to it. And if Batman is going up against Superman, he will have to have some very high-tech armor suit with incredible gadgets and kryptonite, just in case.
Hey, as long as there's no bat nipples, I'm good. And I actually think Gal Gadot will look the part because everyone knows Zack Snyder likes his actors in tip-top shape. Leonidas, Superman, the list goes on. And hey, you forgot to mention Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I'm all for it because he proved that he can play the tech billionaire quite well actually in The Social Network. But do you think Jesse Eisenberg will make a good imposing Lex Luthor?
Yeah, I think he'll be good, but imposing, not really. Jesse's the same age as Henry Cavill, which is perfect, but he looks like he could still pull off a role from the movie if he was still in high school. And if you watch most of his films, he speaks only in a certain style of speech, which makes him seem like the same character in every movie. But he is an Oscar-nominated actor and in a comic book film. So he or anyone else will usually get the benefit of the doubt until the movie comes out. I'm also really disappointed it was changed to 2016, because if it stayed in 2015, it would have been even more stacked than it already is. All in all, the road has been shaky for this film, but it is still going to be one of the most anticipated films of all time. Wow. Well, there are definitely some interesting choices this week, if I do say so myself, especially Grand Budapest Hotel. It sounds like a very strange but interesting comedy, like one you would see from Monty Python or something along the lines of that.
Monty what?
You know, the group of British guys who have made some of the funniest movies of all time. I'll forget about it. What are you going to see this week, Julie?
You know where I'll be? Watching ripped Greeks kill hundreds of Persians. It's just the way to go if you're going to go out to the theater this week. Anyways, let's go over our second segment called Trailer Breakdown, where we're going to give you a little intro to the trailer, we watch it, and then me and Mickey will break it down by saying what we liked and what we didn't like about the trailer. Up for today is the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer.
Let's go!
Good morning. Looking for another beautiful day here in the
How
city.
about that Spider-Man? Last night on the Manhattan Bridge, he saved...
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the sequel to the 2012 movie that stars Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man and Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. Spider-Man saved the city last time around, but how will he be able to take on three of his greatest nemesises in the same film? Jamie Foxx will play Electro, Ryan will be brought to life by Paul Giamatti, and Harry Osborn / Green Goblin by Dane DeHaan. Let's check this shit out.
You know what it is I love about being Spider-Man? Everything. Peter Parker, Harry Osborn. It's been 10 years. What have you been up to? I do some web design. It's just the wrist, just on the wrist, buddy. Peter, you're gonna want to see this. Oscorp had you under surveillance. Why? Isn't that the question of the day? Nothing is what I thought it was.
I once told you that secrets have a cost. The truth does too.
My name is Richard Parker. I have discovered what Oscorp was going to use my research for.
What is all this?
The future. We have plans for you, Peter Parker. You wanted to be the hero.
Need a hand?
Now you gotta pay the price.
We have the power now. We can change the world.
Then let's go catch a spider.
I made a choice. This is my path. stop them. I'm Spider-Man.
I gotta go.
I'm coming with you.
Come on, it's too dangerous. Sorry, I love you. Don't hate me.
Okay, to start off this trailer breakdown, all I have to say is wow. That was a top-notch trailer and didn't really give any of the story away, and was full of great action sequences. The CGI in this trailer was great, and the 3 villains in one Spider-Man film looks to be fun and a good contrast to the majority of the superhero movies that feature heroes getting together, rather than the villains. But what I didn't like at first in this trailer was that Rhino is actually in a mech suit and not an actual Rhino Man. However, towards the end, it looks to be pretty badass.
Yeah, I saw them, but I'm very curious as to how the story arc will develop with all these villains. So to begin, I'll start with my pros like Mickey did. First off, the final sequence between Spider-Man and Electro looks insane. Just imagine that in 3D at the theater. Secondly, I really just can't wait to see Jamie Foxx as a comic book villain. And as you said, Mickey, it looks amazing, and it looks too good, almost cartoon video-like in the sense. That's really the only bad thing I can pinpoint. It just looks like almost a video game trailer or something along the lines of that. But hey, I love myself some epic fight scenes.
Well said, and I can't wait to see Amazing Spider-Man 2 in theaters May 2nd. On to our next segment called Coming Soon, where we will run down movies coming out in the next few weeks and exclusively chat about Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which is coming out April 4th.
Hey there, film juicers. This is Greg Davies, host of Coming Soon. So Captain America, the Winter Soldier, starring everyone's favorite actor, Chris Evans, jumping out of planes with no parachutes and looking like he's gonna kick some ass. How can we be disappointed? Well, with Iron Man 3 disappointing literally all of us. Scarlett Johansson is looking fine as always, playing Black Widow. Is there something going on between Caps and Black Widow? I'm thinking there is. And who is this Winter Soldier I keep hearing about? I looked into it a little, and the Winter Soldier is played by Sebastian Stan, who's been signed on for 9 movies. So we'll be seeing a lot of him. Plenty of action and explosions, along with a lot of special effects, which will hopefully make the Winter Soldier better than its lackluster predecessor. If the plot, story, and writing are good, we can expect an exciting movie. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw George St. Pierre as Batroc the Leaper, kicking ass in real life and in the movies. So all in all, film juicers, I am excited for Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I hope you are too. Until next time, film juicers.
Thanks, Greg. You've convinced me that this will be a good film, unlike the first Captain America, which is not my cup of tea, if you know what I'm saying. I've seen this trailer for The Winter Soldier, and it looks really exciting. What do you think about it, Mickey?
Well, I'm the type of guy who loves action movies in general, so when you bring me any Marvel movie after the Avengers, I'm simply inclined to give it the benefit of the doubt, no matter how it looks. That being said, this film is looking incredible, with Captain America fighting the Winter Soldier, Falcon jumping off planes, and the Black Widow looking fine as always.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but you're definitely a little bit more excited for this than I am at the moment. But who knows, things can change, right?
And as you can tell, there are so many great films out now that have come out or are coming up, so make sure that you keep your eyes up on us and get your full glass of film juice. I'd like to thank everyone involved for this production, all of our teachers who give us a chance to do this, and my co-host, I'm Julie Hoffman.
And I'm Mickey Kokanovic. Thank you for everyone here at Mohawk, and see you next time.